Welcome to the Family Geekery Podcast, a podcast for geeks from a family of geeks. We talk about video games, comics, and anything else geeky. I'm Chris.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Danny.
And today we're going to have a very special Valentine's Day episode since it is pretty close to Valentine's Day. I guess the same week. That's close enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about some Valentine's Day stuff. We'll cover the topic once we get to it. But before that...
Geeky Weeks, Geeky Weeks.
I'm going to go ahead and kick off the Geeky Weeks because it's going to be awfully short.
Okay.
Because I can't think of anything I did except for we started a new TV show called Paradise. Have you heard of Paradise?
Oh, yeah. It's got James Marsden and the guy from This Is Us.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's on Hulu. I think it's a real-time thing, so we got to wait for it to release different episodes. But we're a couple episodes in. It's really good. It's got a good little twist at the end of episode number 1. And we're enjoying it.
As it should.
Yeah.
Got to keep you interested.
That's right. Got to bring you back for more. But I think that's about it. I don't think I've played anything else. Been busy.
Slow week.
Too busy.
Yeah.
How about you guys? Who's next?
I will.
Go for it.
I did a lot of watching. I watched a couple movies. Where the Crawdad Sings. I watched that with Mom. Then I watched La La Land.
Ooh,
which...
it's a good one.
Still don't know if I like. It's the second time I've seen it, but...
You had to watch it again to see if you liked it or not?
Yeah, my friends were doing a movie night, so I was like, why not? I'll join. Still not 100% sure that I like it, but it's okay. At least it didn't win Best Movie at the Oscars, despite that little mix-up they had. Shout out if you remember. And then I also just watched Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Oh,
Which...
Did you like that?
I did. I was suggested it because it's based on the Odyssey, very loosely. Because I'm really excited for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, and that will be my Oppenheimer when that comes out. But I was the whole time, I feel like I might have liked it more if I didn't know that it was supposed to be based on the Odyssey, because the whole time I'm like, what is this referencing?
All right.
But it was good. It was goofy. Had really good music in it. Besides that, I've been, playing some Marvel Rivals, playing some solo queue and actually enjoying it. So that's a pleasant change for ranked games. And then I also watched a playthrough of Poppy Playtime Chapter 4, because that came out this last week.
That's a whole lot of words I didn't understand.
Oh, Poppy Playtime, the biggest ripoff of Five Nights at Freddy's that is also famous now.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you've seen the Huggy Wuggy toy, the blue guy.
Maybe.
With the big smile, and he's got the long legs and arms.
Oh.
You've probably seen him at, malls at the kiosks.
Yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah, that's from Poppy Playtime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes
That's
sense.
about it for me.
All right, Danny.
I've been playing some Fortnite, as usual, and played some Dead by Daylight for the first time in a little bit, and that was fun.
Ooh.
And still watching Bachelor every week. Group dates started, and they're getting mad at each other, like, oh my god, you're taking time away from him.
Thoughts on Grant? I know he's a little controversial right now.
Is that the guy's name? I forget.
No, one of the girls there, her name is Grant. Not Danny.
I think he's nice. I think he's trying to please everyone.
They always do.
It's like It's like you're all dating the same guy. You gotta realize that he's gonna pick he's gonna pick someone over someone else. That's what you signed up for. And then it was Super Bowl weekend, so I totally watched the whole football game and not just the halftime show.
There wasn't much of a football game happening until like the last 2 minutes when the Eagles put in their second yeah their second lineup and said, we don't care, they can't score 40 points in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of both the Super Bowl and Bachelor, after the Super Bowl, we watched the show The Floor. Have you seen that before?
Was it good?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was in the 3rd season. I thought it was something new.
Oh, I thought it was something new too.
Yeah.
It said like premiere, but I guess it just meant season premiere.
Yeah, season premiere. But they have a husband and wife couple from The Bachelor.
Who?
I have no idea.
Well, now I have to look this up.
Well, while you're looking that up, I'll say that there was a good geek reference in that show also, and they haven't revealed it yet. But there's a dude on the floor, and everybody has to have a specialty that you can challenge them on. So some subject matter that they're the expert at. And this guy's subject matter is convenience store items. And he is the actor that was in the original Clerks movie. He was one of the clerks, which was a convenience store. The whole movie was set in a convenience store. First movie that Kevin Smith did. Are you finding this couple yet?
I'm not seeing anything.
I think it was Bachelor. Maybe it was Survivor. No.
Well, Survivor does have more successful couples than The Bachelor.
Being stranded on an island brings you closer together than competing with 30 other women.
Now, speaking of that, have you seen the previews for the show? I don't know, is it called Extracted or something? It looks like a Survivor type show, but there may be
it's
a
like
family.
the Hunger Games.
Yeah, there's like a family member on the other side in a control room that can push a button to extract them if they think they're in too much danger or something. I think that's going to start Wednesday maybe or something. I'm going to have to check that one out. All right, so we struck out on finding who it is on that show that is from The Bachelor, but we'll report back once we know more. But I think we're ready to get into the main topic. Are you girls ready?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so to celebrate Valentine's Day, we thought it would be fun to explore the many wondrous ways that love is expressed in video games.
Okay, that's a wild way to put what we're talking about.
Various ways of expressing love in video games. And I think we got to start off with The Sims.
Okay. Because we didn't just talk about The Sims last week. We can't escape The Sims. It is burned into our souls. But yes, I will explain woohooing. So first you have a bird and you have a bee. No. Woohooing is a family-friendly word to put in a game to keep it rated T for teen, despite the ongoings of what happens in the game. And it's also where you get some fun little animations. But it's been a thing in all of the games. However, in the first game, it's a little rarer. There's not a whole lot of places. You need like a fancy bed, the heart-shaped bed, the classic heart-shaped bed, or like a couple other items that are in various packs. So I guess not base game. I never knew that Woohoo wasn't base game in the normal Sims. However, you could have babies by kissing repeatedly.
Because that's how it works?
Yes. But in The Sims 2, oh boy, we have cutscenes.
Is that where
But-
is that where the command came from? The command that I'm familiar with is try for baby.
Well, Try for Baby and Woohooing were both in The Sims 2. I guess Try for Baby was the first time it was in The Sims, where it basically was just woohooing, same exact animation, but you had to listen really close for a little baby chime. And it would go do 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 do. And if
That's
it did
right.
that, you would your sim would find out they were pregnant. And oh my god, The Sims 2 having a pregnant lady, or I guess actually you could have a pregnant man if they got abducted by aliens.
The way to just sprinkle that in there,
Well,
as
gotta
if
be
it's completely
inclusive.
normal.
Gotta be inclusive. Pregnant Sims, my god, they need to eat a lot. Like, you put them, you basically, like, they make food, they eat the food, they go to the potty, then you gotta eat more food, and then they have to go to the bathroom again, and then they can sleep for maybe 2 hours, and then they have to wake up, eat again. Wow, I've got, like, reintroduced the trauma because I've been playing The Sims 2, so, but fun thing in The Sims 2 is it had animations, and I think it's only the first time your Sims woohoo.
I think so.
It's like the first time they woohoo with a particular person. Like each time you change a person, it replays, but it's like raunchy. I'm like, what is happening? And you see all these memes of people like when you're playing The Sims and your parent walks in and they have to cover the screen. it's these like, 20 to 30-year-olds now that are like recreating these memes because that's what happened when they were playing it. But it's really funny to see that.
Hovering over the power button while my Sims woohoo when I'm 7 years old.
I remember when I was that young, I don't know if I was mostly playing with like single Sims, I think, but even just like kissing, I was like, oh no, why is it playing this cutscene?
I think most of the time I already pre-made like a family.
Yeah, so they wouldn't even need to do it.
Do it.
So that was a goofy thing about The Sims 2 that they dropped in The Sims 3.
No more cutscenes.
No more cutscenes in The Sims 3. But still had woohoo, still had try for baby. Although I think it was different in The Sims in The Sims 3. There wasn't a little chime. I think you just had to wait to find out if your sim was pregnant or not. However, if you had university, you could click on your little cell phone and
that's
try to go to
right.
university because
That's
they wouldn't
right.
let pregnant sims go to university. So you'd find out a day ahead of time if your sim was pregnant, which was super helpful for the 100 baby challenge. Because then you just woohoo, checked if they can go to university. If they could enroll in university, woohoo again, or try for baby. Unless you have mods, woohooing doesn't get you pregnant. But lots of fun places. I'm reading here on the wiki that they can woohoo in a jetpack.
What?
That's from Into the Future.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So fun stuff. Also a sarcophagus. Pretty cool. As you're going through a tomb and world adventures. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. It's honestly, as a tool for the game, woohooing is really helpful because it improves their fun and their social needs.
I was gonna say that.
If your two people are looking a little low in the fun need, it's a really easy way to get that all the way up to max.
After a long day of work, their fun's at zero, their social's at zero.
Does it lower
Yeah.
their hygiene?
No, actually.
Not if you
and
woohoo in the shower.
And The Sims 3, if you woohoo in the shower, it it also goes up.
It's a triple threat.
Yeah. The Sims 4 is fun too. Also has woohoo and try for baby. Also for teens, they can mess around, which is interesting. Don't know why they thought to add that, but that's whatever. They do the same animation, but apparently it's different. But some places in The Sims that they can woohoo are the dumpster. It's kind of fun. In a treehouse, like, hey kids, we just built a treehouse for you. Sorry, we need that.
Take down the boys only sign.
And also, anywhere as bats. If both Sims are vampires who can turn into bats, they can literally just poof and woohoo anywhere. So, fun stuff. And again, in The Sims 4, men can get abducted by aliens and pregnant. So, it's really funny. But with the moodlets in The Sims 4, it's like, my stomach feels weird. What is this? So yeah, pretty fun stuff.
Now I remember,
also, a cool change in The Sims 4 was maternity clothes weren't a thing. Your Sims could wear anything while pregnant. In The Sims 2 and 3, it was like, because in The Sims 1, I don't think they're pregnant ever. I think it's literally like a stork drops off a baby for you. You kiss and then a stork drops a baby off. But in The Sims 2 and 3, when they're pregnant, they wear the ugliest clothes. They're like in sweatpants and t-shirts, and I'm like, oh man. I remember in The Sims 3, if I was doing the 100 baby challenge, I wouldn't put my main Sim in a cute outfit because I knew she was never going to wear that thing. I was like double checking like which ones were maternity clothes so I could try to make the maternity clothes as cute as possible. But
also the whole concept of the 100 baby challenge when we were 10 years old, like, yeah, can't wait to invite over 50 men every other day to have multiple babies and then send them away when they're an adult and never talk to them again.
Right. Love that. So yeah, The Sims is a good place to have woohoo fun.
now this has nothing to do with woohoo, but I remember the original Sims. Since it was early in the days of like internet, there was a patch that you could download, not fully sanctioned patch, but
A mod
yeah.
called Wicked Whims.
No, it was
Okay.
It was just to make the Sims not have blurriness over them when they were showering or going to the bathroom or whatever. And I always wondered, like, did the developers actually animate naked Sims and then put a filter over it that this patch could unfilter?
Or did the mod add that?
Yeah.
Well,
Like, why would they animate naked Sims and then blur it out? But that was always a wonder for me. Someday, when we tour the Sims headquarters, we can ask them that.
well, in every game, probably, I know at least in The Sims 3 and Sims 4, there's a mod called Wicked Whims that is so graphic. So I've never had it myself, but I know what it is. If you play Sims, you've probably heard of Wicked Whims. And I think part of it is also that, removing the blurriness. So, but also it's really funny. People will like in like a vanilla game, they'll like have their Sims woohoo, and then they'll like go like into like the first person camera mode, which is a thing in The Sims 4 now, and zoom in really close into the bed, and then you just see the Sims are like T-posing in the bed while the blankets are like moving around.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, so The Sims, great way to kick off our Valentine's Day episode on love and video games.
You're welcome.
I think we should. So I was trying to think of different video games that had the necessity to procreate to continue to play. So the next on our list is going to be Fallout Shelter, which I'm sure we've talked about before.
Oh, definitely.
But who wants to discuss the necessity and or way that you would do it?
I can explain.
Keep the human race heading in the right direction.
I can explain Fallout Shelter.
All right.
I played it recently. So you start out with like a few people, and each person has like skills, right? Like strength and intelligence and stuff, and then
They're
they also
special.
they also have charisma. So you're like, okay, well, how do I get more people? So you just stick a guy, stick a girl in the bedrooms, and if they have good charisma, it'll go a lot quicker. But they kind of just start talking. Then they're like, oh, I like your eyes. And then they're like, start to dance. And then they run to the back of the bedroom, and then all of a sudden she comes out with a bump.
She comes out with a bump.
Well, don't they do like a spin costume change first before they go into the bedroom?
No.
No, but there's
It's
like
just, yeah.
there's like a lingerie outfit you can add on.
Oh, that
and
adds charisma.
That adds like 10 charisma.
That's right.
Not that many. It gives you like 2.
But like if you zoom in on like the bedroom, you can see like what they're saying to each other, and some of the comments are funny.
Especially if they're accidentally family members.
Yeah, if you lose track of who's related to who, which it's common because you start with like 5 people and then you have 30, so they're all connected somehow. And you zoom in and they're like, "Hey, brother, nice to see ya. What you doing in here?"
Like the famous line from the Fallout TV show. We do cousin stuff.
Yeah, my way to hack around that was to have like just a few people, just like a few girls and a few guys as my like main baby makers. And bonus, if like a traveler came and joined your place, boom, they could have babies with everyone, especially if it's a man. You just like leave him in the room, drag out a girl once she gets pregnant, drag a new one in, drag in, drag out, and it's just bump after bump.
I looked up best Fallout Shelter pickup lines.
Oh.
You have beautiful thighs. Eyes. I meant eyes, but your thighs are nice too. I want to love you like this is my last day on Earth, because it probably is.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, so Fallout Shelter, fun little game to that incentivizes procreation. So I think next on our list, speaking of procreation, is going to be a little game that we played a long time ago on the Xbox called Viva Pinata.
Viva Pinata.
So I know Amber played that a lot. Danny, do you have much experience with the Viva Pinata?
Yeah, I think I played a little bit. I never got that far, but I definitely played.
So in this game, you've got different, I guess, animals on your farm, for lack of better terms, and to continue playing, you have to keep on getting more and more, because sometimes if you have like a worm, then a bird wants to eat the worm.
Yeah.
And if you have a snake, then the snake wants to eat the bird. So you will run out of animals if you don't continue to procreate them. And in this game, it's called doing the romance dance.
Yeah.
Which is a cute little way of saying it. And they actually have a mini game for each time. So once the 2 animals go into their little domicile, whether it's a birdhouse or a lump.
A clock.
Oh, that's where the mouses go, right?
For the mouse, yeah.
Whatever their house is, if 2 of them happen to go in there, then you'll get a little jingle or something, and you'll get a mini game for the romance dance. And the mini game on the earlier levels is pretty easy, and then it starts getting more and more complicated. But if you do that right, then you get a little tiny animal come out.
Get a little egg.
But there is no crossbreeding, is there?
I don't think so.
Because there was you could get variants.
You could get different colors, and I think by mating different colors, you could get different colors.
Okay, that's what it was. But
Yeah.
not crossbreeding of different animals. Get
Right.
Get like a flying worm or something. That'd be fun.
That would be cool.
That'd be more like Spore.
Oh.
So we got got one more. It's going to be a shorter episode, but one more game. And this one I'm going to handle because I don't think you guys have ever played it. I hope you have never played it.
Okay.
Hoonie Pop.
I'll add it to my wish list.
Because procreation is not the intent. The intent is just hooking up. And I'm talking about, have you ever heard of Leisure Suit Larry?
Oh, I think I watched Call Me Kevin or RT Game play it.
So Leisure Suit Larry was an adventure game all the way back in 1987, but it was based on a text-based game all the way from, I think, like 83 or something. And that game, the original one, was called Soft Porn Adventure.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
That's quite a name.
So just text-based, and it was all text-driven. If you've ever played a text-driven adventure game, you have to just say words like go north or search drawer or something like that. So you would have to use verbiage like that to get through this adventure. So the good people at Sierra, which was a really big computer game company back in the 80s, 90s, they decided to add graphics to that particular game and call it Leisure Suit Larry and the Land of the Lounge Lizards. And
Okay.
the whole intent was to take this guy Larry, and his full name was Larry Laffer, and the whole intent was to get him to hook up 3 times in the game.
Just 3?
Just 3, but there's lots of pitfalls that result in death or some kind of trap, so you had to be very careful. And this game was, I guess, popular enough that it spurred many sequels. There was, in fact, so far, 10 of them.
What?
Ranging from 1987 all the way to 2020.
What?
There's some spin-offs and some compilations. There was a lost game at some point that was lost.
Why lost?
It was the 4th one, and I forget, it was canceled for some reason. I forget the exact story behind it. But very tongue-in-cheek type game, not like a hardcore type game, just fun. But the overall premise of it, of course, is very adult.
Kind of like those movies where it's like the middle school kid wants to have his first kiss before he goes into like 7th grade or something like that. And he goes on like a big adventure.
Yeah, except this guy's middle-aged and he's just out to score.
Okay.
But one of the biggest franchises in computer gaming history.
That's crazy.
Oddly enough, yep. But yeah, can you think of any, did we miss any other games?
Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
According to IMDb, has like the 8th best woohoo scene. I watched it on Google. You can Google it. He goes into a barrel. The girl doesn't even go into the barrel with him. It's him and Diddy in the barrel. Oh God. I'm sorry. I do not root for Diddy.
Wrong
I'm
Diddy.
not one of Diddy's warriors.
Wrong Diddy.
I do not use baby oil. Oil stays in the kitchen.
Can you have babies in Stardew Valley?
You can.
How does that work?
So you get married to the person of your choice. And actually it's cool. Same with Sims. The Sims doesn't matter for woohooing with gender. You can be any gender, and the person you marry can be any gender. But you just like get married, and I think where it comes is like if it's like a guy and a girl, it'll be like, oh, like after you have to be married, which you need 10 hearts with the character for, and then you need to have like 2 more hearts, I believe, with this person. And then like you go to bed one night and it's like, hey, we should have a baby, or we should adopt a baby. Yeah, and then you say yes, and then your baby is a baby, and then like a week later your baby is a toddler, and then it stays as a toddler forever.
Oh,
Yeah. And you can have 2.
not 100.
Not 100. Nope, can't do the Stardew Valley 100 baby challenge.
Got to do the 2 baby challenge.
Yeah.
2's enough, anyways.
Nice.
Nice.
God gave you 2 hands for a reason.
One for your brewski and one for your other brewski. That's what the Super Bowl taught me.
I must have missed that commercial. I guess that's going to wrap it up then. Fun little episode in honor of Valentine's Day.
Oh my god. Did you see the Super Bowl commercial with the guy with the hat on his head?
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
I hated that. And it played twice.
Yeah,
Tubi, what are you doing?
that was a little weird.
Anyways,
Yeah, you just derailed the outro of this
I'm
podcast.
sorry. It had to be said.
Again.
I'm traumatized. I had nightmares.
So, before I was interrupted by Nightmare Amber, I was attempting to wrap up the show by saying, thank you for listening. Go check out the socials. Check out the YouTube channel. See what's going on there. We thank you as always for listening. And until next time, peace out.
Peace out.
And
geek out.
Thank you for listening to the Family Geekery podcast. For more information, visit www.familygeekery.com. Don't forget to subscribe at your favorite podcast provider. And until next time, peace out and geek out.